What's up, guys? Video number 2, we're back again. This video is called Beyond Talent, and I dedicate to a story that I was very inspired by a few years back. So before I get started, though, I want to give a big shout out to all my supporters, all the people that have been really working with me throughout my journey. So big shout out to my boy Matt Caserta. He's been doing all my photo shoots. His work is absolutely incredible, and I've been getting a lot of love. So make sure you check him out. Big shout out to Chris Higgins. He's my boy that's been doing my videos for me. We got a lot of love for this last video, Earn Your Spot. So if you haven't watched that, please go back and check it out before you check this video out. There's a lot of good points on there that I feel like I really want to pass on to all my viewers. So definitely check that out. A very big shout out to my family, my number one, my mom. I love you. Thank you so much for everything you've been doing for me. I don't know really how I would do anything I'm doing without my mom. So you're my biggest inspiration in life, and thank you so much. So basically what I want to do today is I want to give you guys this, I want to share this story with you guys, okay? And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the end with a question for you guys to think about. And I really appreciate it that if you guys, after listening to the story, if you can go ahead and give me a comment and kind of share the story with other people and see what they have to say as well. And leave a comment and tell me really what you think and where the story really takes you. Because I remember when I heard the story myself, it was extremely inspiring, and it really has been making me think for the past few years through my own life, through my journey, and I've come up with different answers, but I feel like now I've really found out exactly what that answer is. So what the story comes down to is, guys, we have these two kids they're extremely talented boxers since they were little kids. We have the one kid that comes from a very broken background, from a broken family that was born into a very poor family, lived in the city. He had a few brothers and sisters, and his parents were drug addicts. So basically through his teenage years, he had a few jobs that, you know, he was basically trying to feed his sisters, brothers, and stuff like that. Never really got educated, couldn't go to school, didn't have the time for it. And he actually ended up being homeless for some time. He was living out on the street. But living through that struggle, he after a couple of years, he realized that, like, all he really wanted to do was box. That's really what he loved to do. That's what he always really wanted out of life. So what he did was he gathered all the things he had, the little bit amount of food and the little bit amount of clothes and things like that. And you know, he took it to a pawn shop. All the things that he had that he could sell, he did sell, and he got a jar of money. He found a boxing corner shop in the city. He went there, he put the jar down, looked the trainer in the eye and said, man, look, however much training this can get me, I would really appreciate it if you could get me in here. I've always loved it. I loved boxing. I really want to be able to get myself in and take it to the next step. So within the next, you know, few months and within a year or two, this trainer really puts a lot of attention to this guy. You know, he sees the struggle that this kid went through and how much of a talent he has at the same time. So he really kind of shows him a lot of attention. He basically lets him work at the gym in return for the amount of training that he was putting into it. So he would, you know, stay overnight and mop and clean the gym, and he would clean the gloves and he cleaned the bathrooms every night. And he would actually give him a spot to sleep at on a couch at the training gym. So on the other hand, we have the other kid that was born into a really wealthy family. His parents noticed from a young age that he had incredible talent in boxing. He was absolutely just very talented from a young age. So what his parents did was they put him into you know, the top-notch best gym there was in their area, got him the best trainers, best equipment. This guy had been training for years and years, had won a lot of titles, was you know, looking into making a pro. So what the interesting part about this story is these two kids actually end up being in the same ring one day. And the question of the story, what this entire picture really comes down to, is who do you guys think would win that fight? Okay, so I'm going to leave that question up to you. I want you guys to really think about that yourself and kind of see where the story takes you. But I'm going to share with you guys real quick where the story took me and my answer and how I felt about it. Now, as far as who would win the fight, I would put that aside. But I know for a fact, if the kid that lived through the struggle was the one to get knocked down, right? His teeth are knocked out, he's bleeding, he can barely get back up, he can barely see, he's dizzy. I promise you at that point, looking back through all the struggles and everything he had gone through to be able to fight in that ring, I promise you he would get back up. And he would continue fighting till the point where he literally was either passed out, got knocked out to the point where he couldn't get back up. But on the other hand, I feel like the kid that was kind of handed everything throughout his life, even though he was a very talented boxer, was extremely good in the ring, for the fact that he didn't really live through that struggle, you know what I mean? He didn't take those little stepping stones that the other kid did. I think if he was the one to get knocked down and he was in true pain, I don't think he would get back up. So I want you guys to really think about that as well, and really think about where I'm trying to go with this is that, guys, talent can only take you so far. So don't ever let that hold you back. If you ever feel like there's thousands of other people doing the same thing that you're trying to accomplish, but it seems like you may not be as talented as them, that may not always be the man that's going to be the hero. That may not be the man that's going to be the most successful man. It's the guy that's unwilling to stop, that's consistent, that's continually putting in the work, and looking further than beyond just talent. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I see guys at the gym that look incredible, that genetically are way more blessed than I am, right? But in my eyes, it's funny, a few months later, I might not even see those guys at the gym anymore. They're not even training any longer. But guess what? I'm there again, night and over again. I'm continuing training, and a year from now, I know I'll be here. 2 years from now, I know I'll still be here. I'll still be training because I'm unwilling to give up. I'm unwilling to let my genetics or talent hold me back. So whatever your dreams may be, guys, please hold on to it very tight and put your 110% and everything you got into your dreams. And remember, don't let talent or genetics or things that people use as excuses saying that, oh man, I'm genetically not blessed, or you know what, man, I'm not even talented as the guy next to me, so I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna do something else. You know, this may not be for me. Those are the guys that are gonna lose. But the guys that are consistent and continue doing what they love to do beyond just talent are the guys that are going to win. So think about that. I really appreciate your time. Leave a comment below, please, if you guys have any suggestions for my further videos. Show me some love and give me a subscribe. Thank you. Peace.